I'm Tim, welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. Today we're discussing the Girard-Perregaux WW.TC World Time Chronograph. You can see this 18-karat rose gold World Time Chronograph and purchase it on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full listing for this watch with accessories included, more high resolution images, and naturally full pricing details. Now you can see on my wrist 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference. Girard-Perregaux's modern, I would say, mainstream icon has an impressive wrist presence. Now I say it's a mainstream icon because aside from the 3 golden bridges, this is the watch people think of when they imagine Girard-Perregaux timepieces on their wrist. Since the early 2000s, this watch in many variations has become a cornerstone of the Girard-Perregaux manufacture. GP designs the watch, engineers the watch, builds the case and the movement. It's an impressive piece of manufacture horological accomplishment, and at the same time it has a very distinctive face such that you always know what you're looking at when you have this reference 49800 on the wrist. And it's an impressive presence on the wrist, 43 millimeters across the round of the case. That's not including its rather Frankenstein-esque combination of horizontally opposed crowns, and I'll get to that in a moment. But the watch, although 43 millimeters across the round of the case, is quite slim. 14 millimeters is not thick for a watch of this complexity with this degree of feature set, and you can see that with a domed bezel, the watch does easily slide underneath most dress cuffs, no problem with a sport jacket or a blazer, and all but the tightest formal sleeves will easily flow up and over this watch. Now from lug to lug, it has impressive presence, but it's not overbearing. It's the same as a 44 millimeter Panerai Luminor, 53.5 millimeters from extremity to extremity. So if you can wear a Panerai 44, you can wear this. You'll note my wrist at 16 centimeters wears the watch well, and that's probably more evident from a distance shot when I move away from the camera. I have great security here, and a large part of that is the combination of lugs that bend down, really wrap themselves around the wrist rather than jutting out. Even if you have lug overhang at the edge of your wrist, it folds itself around the wrist rather than jutting out stridently and creating an awkward contrast. It also features a wonderfully flexible strap. You can see that the spring bars are curved, does create a more coherent look. You can see how they're a little bit closer to the flank of the case. They shut out the daylight, create less of a gap because of the curve of the spring bars, but while they create a more integrated aesthetic, they do not constrain the strap. You can pull it straight down around a smaller wrist. If you want to wear this watch, 43 millimeters in gold, you're going to find it's very comfortable, even if your wrist is perhaps 14.5 to 15 centimeters in circumference. Now the strap is very substantial. It really suits the character and content of the watch. Beautifully made, very thickly bolstered. It has a contrasting white stitch and a very dark brown rectangular scale alligator leather on the top. On the underside, supple calf skin, and it's paired with a simple and easily adjustable Girard-Perregaux factory 18-karat pin buckle. I say simple and easily adjustable because this is the kind of thing that you can take in and take out during the course of a hot day, a cold day, activity, or inactivity. Now the watch has tremendous presence, but part of that comes from the subtle use of differential finish on the flanks of the case. You'll notice how sensuous those lugs are. In spite of their mass, they wear their mass well, so they're big but they're shapely with gorgeous compound curves. Polished on their hoods, there's a gorgeous horizontal satin finish on both flanks of the case, and the watch wears that differential finish like jewelry. It has a glittering presence that accents without overpowering the dial. Now you'll note the dial is a gentle cream or off-white. I would say at center it's more of an ecru tone, nicely matches the applied rose gold indices, the rose gold leaf hands at center, and of course the rose gold Arabic numeral 12. The index of the watch is at 12 o'clock, and I've set New York because I'm in Miami, so New York is my reference city. Now as the time changes, the world time chaptering, and you'll see that there is one reference city for each of the world's 24 principal time zones, but this AM/PM world time chaptering will continue to turn as the clock advances at center, basically the time where you are as advances at center. The world time chaptering moves. So what you do is you look at the hour next to any one of the cities, and then you look at the minutes at center, so you have hours and minutes, AM or PM, for any of the world's 24 principal time zones simultaneously. And if you're not like me and you don't live in Miami, you simply loosen the crown at 9 o'clock. It is a screw down. The watch has 5 ATM water resistance, and now you can turn the reference ring and you can set your personal home time in whichever city of the world or time zone of the world you may reside. You'll also note that the watch features a chronograph, and it is a true tri-compax chronograph, horizontally balanced with hours, minutes, and seconds. When you start the chronograph, the watch benefits from a vertical clutch engagement. So if you like to have your seconds at center, because of the vertical clutch, not only does it start smooth and stop without stagger, but the vertical clutch means you can run the chronograph 24 hours a day with no hazard to the movement. An unconventional date window at approximately 1:30 nevertheless shows that useful information, and it is equipped with a quick set, so you can rapidly reset the watch correctly should it run down or encounter an irregular length month. You'll also note that the indices and the hands at center are fully loomed, so while this is an upscale complication that can pull double duty as a sports and a formal watch, in its capacity as a more sporting reference, it's completely legible in low or no light. Now on the case back, you have the Girard-Perregaux manufacturer caliber 3387, 63 joules unidirectional automatic winding at a 4 Hz or 28,800 vibration per hour beat rate. It's constructed as a base movement entirely in-house by Girard-Perregaux, beautifully finished, and on the top of it, we have a Dubois-Dupraz vertical clutch chronograph module that provides the chronograph functions of the timepiece. The underlying virtues of the 3300 base movement include hacking, so you pull the crown, you stop the seconds, you can synchronize precisely to an atomic clock or known accurate reference time, and you have a quick set for the date, as I mentioned prior. And Girard-Perregaux is considered to be in that upper echelon of manufacturers, with the likes of Glasuta Original, Zenith, Jaeger-LeCoultre, building everything in-house and doing it with panache. That's Girard-Perregaux, and this is their icon. You can see it and you can purchase it on our website.